cause of all this noise lies behind these doors, where right now a conference is taking place by the organisation Stop Porn Culture.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
Bombs in 2013, and an air raid devastates this UNESCO World Heritage Site. But now, the reconstruction of the castle is painting a different picture of a province surrounded by war.
Let's turn to some breaking news now out of Istanbul, and we're receiving reports that gunfire has been heard outside Istanbul's Dolmabahce Palace. Pascal Davies joins us now in the studio for more on that. Pascal, Dolmabahce Palace, first of all, is not just a central location, it's an extremely touristic location. What more can you tell us about what's happening?
Well, that's right. So this is very breaking at the moment, and we're not completely confirmed with everything. So far, gunfire was heard, and we've heard that 2 people have been detained by the police. In the area as well, as you said, is very touristy. It's complete gridlock at the moment.
Give us some context again, for a start with that, about what Turkey's been up against. This isn't the first shooting we've heard of in Istanbul. Fortunately, no one's been hurt in this one so far. Tell us more about what Turkish security forces are facing.
So Turkish security forces have been facing a lot of attacks in the last month. This is especially because Turkey has attacked the PKK militants and also ISIS in northern Iraq. There have been mostly attacks in the south of the country.
Okay.
However, we are also hearing a lot more attacks in
Pascal,
Istanbul.
I'm just letting our audience know that what they're seeing now are pictures from outside Dolmabahce Palace. So Pascal, do go on though with what you were saying, and how symbolic is this now of what's been happening across Turkey, unfortunately, on a more frequent basis?
Yes, it is happening on a much more frequent basis, unfortunately. So we don't know what will happen in the future and how Erdogan will step up security for Istanbul in particular, which is a lot more of a Western city than in most of Turkey.
A hillside on fire and clouds of smoke turning the sky black. It could be a scene from a Hollywood movie. But there's nothing fake about the devastation in this part of California. A second day of protests in central Beirut. Police used tear gas, water cannons and fired shots in the air as they battled protesters with batons and stones. So is human trafficking being used as an excuse to target prostitution? Or can the Nordic model significantly reduce trafficking in the UK? I've come to Parliament to get answers from MP Fiona McTaggart. She's also chair of the all-party parliamentary group on human trafficking. There's also been a lot of criticism about the Nordic model for the reasons that it pushes prostitution underground, making it more dangerous for prostitutes. How do you respond to that reaction?
Well, the first thing is we have to get rid of all the burden on women.
And while sex workers here are having to work on the streets, the answer to the question as to who is really paying for it lies with both the victims of trafficking and sex workers.